All right, hi everyone. Josh here again from Attitudes Entertainment Company, Team Kaizen and Ingenium. And today we're going to learn about how to make a bad guy that has two different states. And that might sound a little weird, and why would you want that? But think about it this way, that when you play video games, a lot of modern games have bad guys that don't immediately notice that you're there. And that would be one state they're kind of idle or on patrol state. And then their next state would be when they realize you're there and then they can attack you, and that'd be their attacking state. And that helps create a more fluid and lively bad guy that sells the audience on the illusion more that that bad guy is a real creature existing within the world. So, first thing we're going to do is go to our tools bag. Go to the creatures and characters page, which is the fourth page of the pop of that menu. Go down to Sackbots. We're going to grab a Sackbot, pop it here, and Sackbots are programmable robots that you can do whatever you want with. And when you hover over them and hit R1, their circuit board comes up, and this is their standard circuit board, or their standard brain, actually. That little piece right there will actually give him a second brain, and each of those brains will be the states that is his behavior. But first, let's put our cursor right over him and tweak him. This tweaks his overall settings that stay true regardless of which brain is currently active. And the biggest thing I want to tweak today is his costume, because when they're in that kind of wooden sackbot form, it's hard to tell their expression, so it's a lot easier if we just give them a standard sackboy look. So let's see if we can give him some personality here. And it's the exact same way that you design your costume when you're designing your own character's costume. Yeah, that's good. Let's call it that. So now we're ready to tweak the first brain. And again, this first brain is what he's doing when he's not noticing you. So we can leave, let's go to the top and just go through the options one by one. Expression, we'll put him at neutral because he's just kind of chilling there. And if you want to pick one of the other expressions like happy, sad, angry, or whatever, you can not only pick the expression but also the level of severity for it. Walking speed, we're just going to let him chill in place, so it doesn't really matter. We can leave that one alone. Behavior, actually, let's cut it down to 50% actually. Because for his other brain, we're going to cut it down to 50% too, because that means that when he's chasing you, you can actually get away. If it was 100%, you would never be able to gain ground and get away from him. Behavior, idle, flee, patrol. I think patrol is a pretty good behavior. Yeah, because you can see where he's kind of patrolling now. He's just checking stuff out. And to keep him from going too far away, I'm going to pause it really quick. So awareness radius, that we don't have to really tweak. Layer detection, we can turn that down to 1 layer because he's only going to be in that battle arena that we built the other day. We can make it so he can jump, so he could jump and change layers right now. You can make it so they can swim. By default, they can't, so that if a sackbot hits water, a sackbot hits water, they'll electrocute. Afraid of heights? No. So that just means that he's more than willing to jump around stuff. Afraid of danger? Right now, no. So that means that even if you're shooting dangerous things, he'll still come at you. Hostile? For his normal behavior, we're gonna leave it on no. But on his second brain, we'll set that to yes. Is right-handed, that doesn't really matter. That's just if you give them the ability to use power-ups, it just swaps the power-up to their other hand. And we're not going to let him use any power-ups because we'll put his danger into, it will basically make it so his body can catch on fire when he comes after you. So looks around, yes, we want that. Can look directly at things, yes. So hopefully that means that once he starts... Yeah, see, now that I'm in the same layer as him, he will look around at me and kind of as part of his patrol. So now we got our first brain. So we go to the tools bag, pick a second brain, and put it on here. Now what we're going to do on the logic side on the second page is grab what's called a NOT gate. A NOT gate is kind of a special setup in Little Big Planet in that if power is coming into the NOT gate, it won't send power out. However, if there is no power coming in, it will send power out. So it basically takes your power signal and flips it from yes to no, basically. So you can see right there, that line is glowing. That means it's sending power out, which means that when there's nothing else going on, it's just going to revert to sending power to the original brain, putting this character back into patrol mode. So let's set up his second behavior. We still want him to be able to look at stuff. We still want him to be able to look around. This time we want him to be hostile. And we still want to crank that down to 50%. Change the behavior to follow. Change the expression to angry. And then what we're going to do is set up a player sensor, which is on the Creatures and Characters tab, which is the 4th page. Grab a player sensor. And we are going to tweak the player sensor now. So the radius will make it a little big like that, so you actually have to work to get away from him. Crank it down to 1 layer. And then we are going to wire it both into the NOT gate and into the second brain. So whenever I'm within range, the player sensor will activate, turning off the NOT gate, turning off his original behavior, and also at the same time turning on his original behavior. And then once I get outside that player range, it will flip and he'll go back to his normal behavior. So you can see he's angry now. He's coming after me. He can't hurt me yet. Let's see if I can get out of his range. There, see? Like right at the last second I got out of his range and it reverted back. So there's just one last thing we have to do to make him dangerous. So we go to our, I believe, let me check here. It's on the second page, the gadgets page. Go all the way to the bottom and then back up to the second category, I believe. Let me see here. Yes. Or no, not destroyer. We want danger tweaker. Where is danger tweaker? There is a bit. Oh, it might be on this page. I apologize. I am taking a second to find the piece of logic I'm looking for. Object tweakers, anti-gravity tweaker, opacity tweaker, material tweaker, physics tweaker, destroyer, shardinator. And these two just destroy objects. Oh, I bet they put it under dangerous. Yes, they did. So, okay, so go to the gameplay page on page 3. And you go under dangerous, and there's a danger tweaker. A danger tweaker is a bit of programming that can make stuff dangerous. So see, when I put this on there, all of a sudden he's on fire. And we're going to wire that into the same player sensor. So whenever you're in player range, he will become dangerous, and he's capable of catching you on fire. So see, he's just chilling there. He's all happy. I step in range. He catches on fire and chases me, and is able to hurt me. So we now have a dangerous enemy that has 2 different states. So now what we want to do is go to our goodies bag, grab our capture him, and then we're going to go into our multiplayer battle arena, and we are going to go to the second page, which is of our tools bag, which is the gadgets. Go down to emitters, and we're going to grab the emitter, which is that black kind of thing with a star in the middle, and we're going to put it in our arena. Now we're going to tweak it, and we are going to set up the options for it. We don't need to worry about linear velocity or angular velocity right now, which is just the spin. And we just need to put this down to 1 second. Lifetime, if you back all the way past 0, it'll go to infinite, because we want these characters to live as long as they can until I destroy them. We don't need to worry about sync. Max emitted, leave that on infinite. Max emitted at once, leave that on 5, because that means only 5 bad guys will be out at a time. And you can up that number if you want, so you can face more bad guys at once. And it looks like the rest of it's good. So now we go back to the top at that circle, hit X on it, and then use the R1 trigger to go over to the My Objects page. Pick our bad guy. Make sure he's in the right layer. So like, for instance, originally he was back there. You want them in the right layer that you want them to spawn in. Hit X, and then you're good. So we now have a bunch of bad guys that want to come after me. And actually, one second, I forgot to change one thing, and this is important to note. Right here I have it accidentally on yes for destroy max emit, or when it destroy the oldest when it reach the max emitted. That means that, but when I hit 5 bad guys, it will destroy the first one. Turn that to no. I want to be the one destroying these guys, not the emitter. So now that there's 5 guys, they're just chilling there, and now they're all after me. See if I can see there. I got 4 of them. So now it's going to pop out more. So now I have a multiplayer battle arena with bad guys that can chase me. And that's why it's interesting to have bad guys that have more than one state, because like I said, it creates variance in their behaviors, it makes them a little bit more unpredictable, and it makes the level a little bit more fun. So I hope that was a big help, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. And let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.